Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of TCC Baseball live on TCCEagles.com and YouTube. Got a rubber match between the Eagles and the Shelton State Buccaneers. Braden Halliday is going to be on the mound today for your Eagles. They won Friday night's contest by a score of 8-1. Shelton State got one back in a 4-2 victory yesterday afternoon. And today the Eagles will be playing for their first series victory over Shelton State since 2016. So a big game here in the early part of the Eagles' non-conference schedule. I'm Brett Rutherford alongside William Haynes. And William, we missed yesterday's game calling all of the great action over at the Eagle Dome for TCC men's and women's basketball. But I'm really excited to be back here at the ballpark for some Sunday afternoon baseball.
Beautiful day here on this Super Bowl Sunday. Great to get us started off here. Hoping to get Braden Halliday's first quality appearance of the season.
Will be Walt Bailey leading off here after the last warm-up pitch, the Shelton State first baseman. Braden Halliday, 5 2/3 innings pitched on the season across 2 appearances, and 6 earned runs for the sophomore right-hander. Recorded 4 strikeouts and only walked 1 in his 2 appearances, making his second start of the season. Looking at the defensive alignment for the Eagles, you've got Ethan Kreisen behind the plate. Infield from left to right, Andrew Fernandez, Jason Smekowski, Justin Cruz, and Brett Gwynn. And then looking out in the outfield from left to right, Marco Dingus, Josh Pagozzo, and Ziggy Thomas out in right field. So Bailey's going to step in the box, and we are just about underway here at Eagle Field. TCC sitting at 6-3 on the season. Shelton State at 1-2. First pitch on its way from Halliday. Bailey, his first pitch swinging. This one's popped straight up. First baseman Gwynn is drifting into foul territory and makes the catch for out number 1.
We've been talking a lot lately about what Brett Gwynn has been able to do. His first appearance of the year was a 2 2/3 scoreless pitching outing, but since then has come in and played a really solid first base and has been really good with the bat as well, a switch hitter at the plate. So a guy in Gwynn that I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of moving forward.
Drake Logan stepping in, the Shelton State shortstop. First pitch to him inside for ball 1. Halliday delivers. This one missing up and in as well, so 2-0 the count to Logan. Pitch. This one swung on and fouled into the netting behind home plate for strike 1. Halliday, a sophomore, transferred to Tallahassee from Penn State University in the Big Ten. 2-1 pitch, swung on and driven up the middle. And that'll be the first base hit of the afternoon as Drake Logan reaches first with a single.
Both appearances of the year so far for Halliday, he's given up 5 hits each, so contact certainly has been an issue. Both of the batters to come to the plate so far has made contact against him.
Halliday got his last start in an 8-5 victory over Hillsborough Community College. Went 3 innings and gave up 3, but the bats were behind him. Eagles went on to win. So now with a man on first, he'll face designated hitter Miguel Benson, and first one misses outside, ball 1. Benson, a freshman out of Tampa, Florida. Halliday moves over to first, nothing doing. Brett Gwynn, one of the, maybe the only two-way player on this roster, has seen in recent games a lot more playing time over at first base, and he's been in the lineup quite often. Halliday comes set here. 1-0 the count. Again moves over to first. Logan not coming too far off the bag. He's able to get back easily, even with a dive back in. Eagles started the season 5-0. Have since lost 3 of their last 4. Lost both midweek games this week. College of Central Florida and Abraham Baldwin. And have split the first 2 games of this series against Shelton State. 2-0 the count. Halliday delivers. It's a chopper. Cruz is going to make the play. Touches second over to first. A 4-3 double play, and just what Braden Halliday needed to get this game started. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and none left. We'll step aside. You're watching TCC Baseball live on TCCEagles.com. Leading off for the Eagles in the bottom of the first, shortstop Jason Smekowski. It'll be Grant Hickman on the mound for Shelton State. Smekowski has played in all 9 games thus far for the Eagles at shortstop, and he takes a breaking ball for strike 1. Rocking a .333 on-base percentage. Does have 1 home run on the season thus far. This one's a chopper over to the shortstop, Logan. Moves over to first. That's out number 1. We'll bring up the third baseman, Andrew Fernandez, one of the returning players on this Eagles team. Also appeared in all 9 games. Rocking a .379 batting average with 7 runs batted in and 5 doubles this season. So a great start for the switch hitting infielder. Shows butt, pops it straight into the air though. Third baseman Finley in to make the catch. And an interesting decision to try to lay down a bunt there. Doesn't work out for Fernandez, so 2 quick outs for Hickman. We'll bring up the Eagles' hottest hitter, however, center fielder Josh Pagozzo, who's starting the season with a slash line .414 batting average, .526 on base, and an .862 slugging percentage. Has 10 extra base hits, including 3 triples so far on the season. Takes the first pitch for a strike. And William Pagozzo has been nothing but the Eagles' most valuable player through 9 games this year.
There's no question about it. A great asset to have at the top of your order.
And then a base hit right there for Josh Pagozzo through the left side of the infield. So the Eagles will get a base runner here in the bottom half of the first. He'll bring up left-handed hitter Ziggy Thomas. So Pagozzo picks up his 13th hit of the season. That's just on 39 plate appearances. Just an incredible start for the center fielder, transferring from Marshall. Hickman set and throws. Thomas first pitch swinging. Shoots one into the air. Will there be room for Finley in foul territory? Looks like there is. He's underneath it, but it comes in and out of his glove. That'll be an E5. But wow, that was a chance for Hickman to get out of the inning, and now he's got to keep pitching to Thomas. Also of note, Josh Pagozzo, 5 stolen bases on 6 attempts this season. William, you think there's a chance they put him in motion here, try to get a runner over to scoring position for Thomas?
I think they might. You got righty on left with your cleanup guy at the plate. Be a perfect time to get someone in scoring position.
This one will miss outside, so 1-1 the count now, and Pagozzo stays put. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe, I'm sure it's been considered right now by Coach Mack or whoever's calling the shots. You got to think you'd be okay. Even if Pagozzo's thrown out, you'd be all right with Ziggy Thomas leading things off for you in the second. Hickman set and throws outside, 2-1.
And Hickman really hasn't as much even looked over at first base, so
yeah,
maybe widen that lead a little bit, see how much you can get away with, and then maybe think about sending him in motion.
Outfielders maybe shifted ever so slightly to the right with a left-handed hitter up, but it looks like normal depth for everybody here with 2 outs. Now here is Pagozzo moving that ball's in the dirt. Throw down to second is not in time. Pagozzo in there with his 6th stolen base of the year. And now Ziggy Thomas up 3-1 in the count, a chance to put the Eagles on the board here in the first inning.
Got a hitter's count for a guy that loves to take some big swings.
Thomas hitting .233 on the season. Has 5 runs batted in. Would love a 6th right here. Pitch is outside, so ball 4 to Thomas. Ethan Kreisen going to be stepping in here.
211. The average for Kreisen, still looking for his first extra base hit of the year. Been a terrific backstop day in and day out for the Eagles as well.
Splitting time with the other catcher on the roster, Jacob Von Thaden. But a big opportunity for Kreisen here, and that one hits him. And that will load the bases. So Hickman could have been out of the inning after that pop-up into foul territory, dropped by Finley. And now the Eagles are really threatening here with 2 away. Who's feeling more pressure right now? Is it Grant Hickman or is it Shelton State third baseman Chad Finley?
I think they're both feeling it a little bit right now.
Because I know what the conversation's going to be like, even if they do get out of this inning. Finley has put Shelton State in a really tough position here. First pitch to Marco Dinges misses high.
Because you're right. I mean, the third baseman, Chad Finley, needed to make that routine catch out in foul territory down the left field line. But at the same time, if you're Grant Hickman, you got to just throw strikes. He's been missing consistently in that same spot and just hit a guy in the last at-bat.
Yeah, bases loaded, 2 outs. Don't really need to focus on the runners. This one hit right back over to Finley. He bobbles it, but all he has to do is step on third base, which he does. But I'm sure he saw his life flash before his eyes before he recorded that third out. So it'll be no runs on one hit and one error. 3 left on for the Eagles. We'll head to the second inning scoreless on TCCEagles.com. Back here in the top of the second, I'm going to hand it over to my broadcast partner, William Haynes, to bring you the play-by-play action for this next inning.
Thank you, Brett. Braden Halliday comes back out for his second inning of work. A little bit of some loud contact, a screeching liner off the bat of Logan that almost took the head off of Halliday. Looks to settle things down a little bit here. First pitch into Mangione, the catcher, and that one is put in the air. In comes the center fielder, Josh Pagozzo, and makes a running catch for out number 1.
Yeah, we can talk all day about Josh Pagozzo's offensive production, but he's done a really nice job patrolling center field for the Eagles so far this season.
And with one away, it'll be the second baseman, Braden Broussard. He played catcher and hit it in the leadoff spot on Friday. Didn't have too good of a game. So he moves down in the order a little bit here at the 5 spot. Really righty-heavy order on the Shelton State roster. All 9 righties on Friday, I imagine, will be the same here today. First one from Halliday is taken inside. Top of the second, still scoreless. Eagles had the bases loaded in the bottom of the first, but couldn't do anything with it. An error defensively for the Bucks, and a walk, a hit by pitch in there as well. Now the 1-0. Call the strike there. Count level now at a ball and a strike. The 1-1 from Halliday. Low and outside again. Now 2-1 the count. Beautiful day here on this Sunday afternoon. Not many a sky as you look up. Eagles with their blue uniforms here today. Tallahassee, an old school font across the front. Steps back of that one, and Braden Broussard will head on down to first base.
Halliday did well to just throw strikes in the top of the first. You had Drake Logan reach with a single, but got the double play on the very next batter. So you don't want to see him give away the leadoff walk, but now it's important trust this very talented Eagle defense. Maybe get another double play. It's something they've turned quite a few double plays early on in this season.
First went into Chad Fenley, and that's going to get a piece of him as well. So back-to-back hit by pitches, and that's going to put a couple of men on for Caden Shirley.
It's going to bring up, right fielder Caden. Don't call me Shirley.
Went 0 for 3 with a walk on Friday. He'll come up here with a chance to give his Bucks an early lead with a runner in scoring position. Eagles looking to turn 2. Justin Cruz backs out of second base now. So Matkowski will head over there. First pitch. It's a little bit high.
As much as we'd love to see Halladay work deep into this game, it wouldn't shock me, and I do think I see some bodies moving already over in the Eagle bullpen.
Looks back to second base. Again, now the 1-0. A bit outside, now 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0. Big swing and a miss for Caden Shirley there.
Got one out here, so still always one pitch away from getting out of the inning. But you're still behind in this count. You don't want to give another free pass. You've already hit the last 2 batters.
From the first base side of the rubber, Halladay comes home. Another big cut and a miss. A little bit maybe a change-up action there inside to him.
Yeah, even when he was down 2-0 in the count, it looks like he's still got Shirley off balance. It'll be interesting to see what pitch he goes to here now that he's got a 2-strike count.
Leave fastball, changeup, slider the selection for Halladay. Fastball up in the high 80s. The 2-2 to Shirley. And that one is low. So the count moves full. A walk would load the bases.
Any chances of a double steal here with 2 men on and 1 out with a full count?
We'll see. We didn't see the Bucks run too much on Friday. Halladay looks in for the sign. Now comes set. Shirley steps back in. Looks back to second base. Now a throw there. No. Steps off. Sliding back into second is Braden Broussard. That's Matkowski, the shortstop over there, covering that second base bag. Now finally the payoff to Shirley. Big swing and a miss there. Down on strikes is Caden Shirley. Big punch out for Braden Halladay there. And now with 2 out and 2 on, that'll leave it for Corbin Grantham. So a really nice job there by Braden Halladay to come out down 2-0 in the count and punch him out.
Definitely needed that, especially headed into the 8 and 9 headers.
First one into Grantham is outside. Nice block by Kreisen. Diving over to his right. 1 ball and no strikes to start off Grantham. Center fielder went 0 for 3 with a walk on Friday. We don't have numbers on Saturday's game, but I was here calling the game Friday, that 8-1 win. terrific 5 spot that they put up in that 5th inning to give them the lead for good in that one. Now the 1-0. Strike called on the outside. Halliday deals. That one just high. Flag out there in center field, picking up a little bit.
Yeah, we tried opening up these windows here in the press box, but a lot of wind coming in. Maybe we'll try in a few more innings, but a little bit of a windy day here in Tallahassee.
Moving towards the west right now. That dies out a little bit. This one into Grantham. And a strike called. So a couple of taken fastballs for strikes in that at bat for Corbin Grantham, and now Braden Halliday 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 men on in the 2nd inning. And a strike 3 called on the outside part. So Halliday puts a couple of men on, but gets back-to-back strikeouts to keep the game scoreless. We head to the bottom of the 2nd. You're watching TCC Baseball on TCCEagles.com and YouTube. Welcome you back. Bottom of the 2nd, still scoreless. Grant Hickman out for his 2nd inning of work, and it'll be the bottom of the order here for the Eagles. Cruz, Gwynn, and Mitchum. The 2nd baseman, Justin Cruz, will get things started off. This season, Cruz with a .316 average takes that first pitch outside and in the dirt for ball 1. 6 hits, 1 of which is a double. The 1-0 from Hickman. That one called a strike on the outside part. 1-1 levels the count. Cruz takes a pitch low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Big swing and got a piece of it to foul it off. The 2-2 from Hickman. That one fouled off. The 2-2. Line right to the first baseman, Walt Bailey, and he'll run over to the first base bag to retire Cruz to start this one off. Some big swings from Cruz in that at bat. A couple of ones that just were tipped foul. And then charged one right into Bailey, who was able to run and tag him out. So 3 unassisted to retire Cruz, and now with 1 out and nobody on, the switch hitting first baseman Brett Gwynn. Had double in the 5th on Friday to get the scoring started at a time when the Eagles lineup was not able to produce much at all. It's kind of a spark plug coming off the bench in that game. And here he is today getting the start at first base. The 0-1. That one swung on, driven into center field, and a run and catch made by Corbin Grantham to retire Gwynn. So a nice charge put into that baseball, and with 2 away, that'll leave it for the 9-hitter Dave Mitchum. First pitch to Mitchum. That one on the inside part called for strike 1. Mitchum seeing some time in the field today. That moves Marco Dingus to the DH spot and gives Caleb Absher a day off, at least for now, as that one is lined in the left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Rolls all the way down to the wall, and that looks like it'll be a 2-out double standing up for Dave Mitchum. So the Eagles dugout erupts as they get their first extra base hit of the afternoon. And as we go back to the top of the order with a runner in scoring position, it'll be for Jason Smakowski. Grounded to short in his first time. Smakowski in 31 at-bats, sporting a .258 average heading into today. Catcher setting up outside for the first pitch. Here it is. Shows bunt, lays it down in a good spot. Can the pitcher get to first in time? He can. So they call it Smakowski out at first just by a hair. And so the Eagles get a 2-out double, but leave him there. As we head to the top of the 3rd, you're watching Eagles baseball on TCCEagles.com. Start off the top of the third on this beautiful Sunday afternoon at Eagle Field. I turn it back over to my broadcast partner, Brett Rutherford.
Thank you, William. It'll be Braden Halliday back on the mound for the third. He struggled a little bit in the second, hitting consecutive batters, but started pounding the strike zone once again and got out of the inning with 2 strikeouts. There's strike one called to Jalen Parker. Hitting in the number 9 spot for Shelton State before they turn the lineup over. This one called strike 2 on the outside part of the plate. So Halliday, after falling behind in almost every at-bat last inning, sees himself up 0-2 in the count. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Just a little bit high there, so 1-2 the count. One, two from Halliday. Swung on and fouled over by the Shelton State dugout. Caught by one of their players on the far end, but I don't think that counts as an out. We'll take the assist, though, if they could have just popped it over to Brett Gwynn or given him some time to come over and make that play. Another 1-2 called. Strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. Maybe a little bit of a gift there for Braden Halliday, who's got his 3rd strikeout of the game.
3rd strikeout in a row,
Yeah.
dating back to the 2nd inning. So it'd be nice to see him catch a little bit of fire here as the lineup turns back over.
And we mentioned some of his struggles in his first 2 outings. Doing well here now through 2 1/3 innings. Walt Bailey back up. He popped out to first in his first at-bat and takes a breaking ball low and away for ball 1. Bailey was first pitch swinging in that leadoff at-bat in the first. Now takes a strike again on the outside part of the plate. So Halliday finding some success on that far side of the plate. But has another hit by pitch as this one comes in on Walt Bailey. And obviously, nothing intentional from Halliday, but if you're Shelton State, you've got to be probably pretty frustrated now. 3rd guy hit by a pitch. You know, none of them have been up near the head, so nothing too wild, but even when there's no intent, it's just frustrating to get 3 of your batters plunked in the first 3 innings. Coach Mack taking a long stroll out to the mound. We'll wait and see if this will be the end of the line for Halliday or if he just wants to talk to him a little bit. It will be Drake Logan who has the lone hit for Shelton State. Due up next. This could also be an opportunity for any pitchers down in the bullpen to get warm as Coach Mack will head on back to the dugout, leaving Braden Halliday there. Infield still convening. Now meeting adjourned. One out, runner on first. And Drake Logan at the plate. Halliday comes set. First pitch. Low for ball one. Swung on and fouled back over the Shelton State dugout, way out of play. So the count is 1-1 now. This one misses outside, 2-1. Walt Bailey not taking the biggest of leads off the first base bag. William, last night, TCC men's basketball, a huge win over number 3 Northwest Florida State, 71-67. Third or fourth win of the season in conference play. Halliday delivers here, and that one's called for a strike, so 2-2 the count now. But a really momentous win at this part of the season, and still 2 games left. We don't know what the future holds, but to get wins over Chipola and Northwest Florida really in the same week is a huge step in the right direction for head coach Rick Cabrera and his squad.
Absolutely. Year's not over yet. We'll see. As you said, what the future holds could get interesting.
Halliday misses outside here, so that'll bring the count full. TCC men's basketball with games at Pensacola State and at home versus Gulf Coast State to end the regular season next Saturday. We'll be on the call for that over at the Eagle Dome. Full count, 1 out. Here's the pitch from Halliday. It was a breaking ball moving away, and Logan checked swing and held back enough to draw the walk. So Shelton State will have runners on first and second once again. It'll bring up Miguel Denson. If you remember, in the first inning, he grounded out into that 4-3 double play to get Halliday out of the first inning. And now I think Halliday would take something very similar here in the third. Game is still scoreless. Eagles have had runners in scoring position in each of their first 2 trips to the plate, but haven't brought one in yet. This one, a base hit up the middle. Cruz can't get to it. Bailey rounds third and will score the first run of the afternoon on an RBI base hit from designated hitter Miguel Benson.
Yeah, went 0 for 4 on Friday, and his second at-bat here today just gave his Bucks the lead.
Drake Logan moving first to third on that hit. So now Shelton State's got runners on the corners with just 1 away, and this will spell the end of the outing for TCC starter Braden Halliday as Coach Mack heads out there again. So we'll have the pitching change here on TCCEagles.com, but stay right there. Shelton State leading 1-0. You're watching TCC Baseball on TCCEagles.com. So it will be sophomore left-handed pitcher Hunter Paris now on the bump for the Eagles. 3 innings pitched so far on the young season. 2 earned runs. Does have 6 strikeouts and 1 walk. Just doing well on that side of things. But comes in a bit of a tricky situation here. Shelton State's already taken a 1-0 lead and has runners on the corners with just 1 out. 2 1/3 innings pitched for Braden Halliday. 3 strikeouts, no walks, even though he does have the 3 hit by pitch. And at least 1 earned run, but he is on the hook for these 2 on base. And Mangione throws bunt, but it goes foul. Interesting decision. Trying to squeeze in Drake Logan. You've got Miguel Denson sitting over at first base. I guess the last thing you want to do here is ground into a double play, and getting a bunt down pretty much rules out that possibility, although nothing is impossible. Paris set, deals, shows bunt again, can't get it down. Runner comes away off third base, and he is thrown out by Ethan Kreisen. A monumental mistake there as Drake Logan is picked off. And Garrett Mangione finds himself down 0-2 after 2 unsuccessful bunt attempts. And like I said, William, if you're going to do that in that situation, you better get the bunt down.
That spot over there by that third base bag has been a treacherous spot for Shelton State so far today.
Now Mangione finds himself down 0-2, no runner in scoring position, and Miguel Denson over at first base. Here's the pitch from Paris. Swung on and fouled back to stay alive. If I'm being honest, it might take a ball rolling all the way out to the wall for Denson to have any chance of coming around and scoring.
This is Paris' second appearance of the year. Went 3 innings. Against Abraham Baldwin, Agricultural gave up a home run in that one, 6 strikeouts.
This one misses, low and away, ball 1, so still up 1-2 on the count.
A middle reliever that can give you some length and allow the game to progress a little bit before you turn it over to your bullpen.
Well done, Ethan Kreisen. Caught Drake Logan just a little bit too far off that third base bag. What a play. This one, chopper, fielded by Fernandez. He goes over to second. Cruz steps on the bag for out number 3, so Hunter Paris comes in and closes the door, but not before Shelton State took a 1-0 lead off of a Miguel Denson single. So that'll be 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. You're watching TCC Baseball live on tcceagles.com. So Eagles go down 1-0. Be Andrew Fernandez leading off, but William, even with that run given up, I think you've got to be really happy with what Hunter Paris was able to come in and do.
Absolutely, and I think he's going to be tasked with getting at least a couple more innings, so a good start there to keep it just a one-run game.
Fernandez tried to reach with a bunt in his first plate appearance and popped it straight up to the third baseman. Now he's swinging away, but a big cut and miss from the third baseman. I thought it was odd. You move Fernandez up to the 2-hole. He's had such a great start offensively, and you had him trying to bunt his way on in his first trip. Now he finds himself down 0-2 as a looping breaking ball comes in for a called strike from Hickman.
It's well documented. You're not a fan of the bunt.
Oh, no,
we get it.
No. I'm not a fan of the sacrifice bunt. And what Fernandez was trying to do is he takes one low and inside us to get out of the way of that one for ball one. I'm just saying, you've got Fernandez who is, you know, last year he showed a little bit of pop, but that on-base percentage kind of lagged behind last season. This year, doing much better. You move him up to the 2 spot, which I think is where your best hitter should be in the lineup, and you try to have him bunt to reach in the first. This one rolled over and fouled, and Fernandez, I think, made a rolled over on his ankle there as well. I don't know if the foul ball came off of it or if the ankle just rolled, but he's going to try to walk it off here. But maybe they saw something with Chad Finley. Maybe they saw something yesterday, and we already saw Finley make an error and bobble another ball. Maybe they were just trying to force him to make a play, and if Fernandez had gotten that one down instead of popping it up, he would have had a much better chance of reaching first. I mean, that's a certainty. But make Finley have to run in and actually make a play. Didn't work out. Fernandez now down 1-2. The pitch from Hickman is sent into right field. Right fielder Shirley has to come in on it. And will make the catch for out number 2. Out number 1, rather. We'll bring up center fielder Josh Pagozzo. Continued his hot start with a single in the first. Went on a steal second to move over to third base and was stranded there to end the inning. And this is for ball 1. Now Hickman falls behind in the count 2-0. Pagozzo has also shown his ability to draw a walk. He's drawn 7. That's second on the team, only behind Caleb Abshire, who's not in the starting lineup today. Now 3-0 the count. And I think Abshire, you look at the strikeout numbers and it jumps out at you. He's got 16 strikeouts on the season. And he's only batting .077, only 2 hits, but he's drawn 9 walks. That on-base percentage still sitting at .333. This one called for strike 1. And Abshire's a guy, and I don't know if he's just getting a day off here today or not, but I think he's a guy you got to keep rolling with. He'll get some better BABIP luck when he's not striking out or drawing a walk and get that batting average up. Pagozzo fouls this one foul to the left side.
And Absher really a 3 true outcome kind of guy with 2 homers on the season as well.
Right. Yeah, when he's drawing that amount of walks, he's got 9 walks on 36 plate appearances. That's a guy I want in the lineup. And that will be ball 4 to Josh Pagozzo, so he reaches safely for the second time in 2 trips. Once again, Ziggy Thomas coming up with a runner on first. We are live on TCCEagles.com as well as YouTube.com/TCCEagles. Hickman set, Delivers. First pitch to Thomas, outside for a ball. YouTube, I think, the best way to consume TCC Athletics. You can interact with other Eagle fans in the live chat. If you got any questions for William or myself, you can also drop them in the chat. We can discuss them throughout the game. That's ball 2 to Thomas. If you've got a smart device, smart TV, you can throw your YouTube app up there and watch the game on the big screen. You can even go back and watch some of the previous games throughout the season. This one to the shortstop, Logan. Over to second for one, over to first. That's a 6-4-3 double play as Grant Hickman and Shelton State get out of that inning, holding on to a 1-0 lead. So no runs on no hits, no errors, none left. We move to the fourth. You're watching TCC Baseball on TCCEagles.com. Back here in the top of the fourth with Braden Broussard leading it off for Shelton State. I'm going to throw it over to my broadcast partner, William Haynes, to take over the play-by-play duties for the inning.
Thank you, Brett. Broussard hit by a pitch his first time. As is the next man, we'll see Fenley, and then Shirley will get his second at-bat of the game as well. Hunter Paris on for his second inning of work. Got a couple of outs in the last one. That first pitch called a strike on the outside. Came in with runners at the corners and only one out. Now a beautiful play by Ethan Kreisen to pick off the runner at third. Now the 0-1. That one low in the dirt. So middle of the order here for the Bucks. Top of the fourth. Shelton State leads 1-0. Paris, the lefty from the third base side of the rubber, gets another strike called there on the outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the 1-2. Big cut and a miss. Broussard is out on strikes. And with one out, nobody on. That'll leave it for Chad Fenley. Fenley hit by a pitch from Halliday as well. Halliday's line finalized, by the way, just 1 earned run on 2 hits. No walks, 3 strikeouts, but those 3 hit by pitches. As that one's put on the ground right to the third baseman, Fernandez. He sets, throws over to first. Brett Gwynn going down to get it, but is able to make the catch for out number 2. now it will be Caden Shirley, victim of a strikeout in his first at-bat. First pitch to Shirley. That one in there for strike one. Eagles playing Shirley to pull. The 0-1. Another called strike. The 0-2 pitch with 2 outs from Paris. Just high. Bit outside as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now moves the count. Second baseman Cruz standing all the way in the outfield grass out and right. The 1-2. That one is a ball as well. So a couple misses there by Paris will level the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one fouled quickly out of play along the right side. Another 2-2. Couldn't get that. It's called for a strike. I think that one has been called a couple times even in this inning alone, but either way the count will move full here to Caden Shirley. Trying to get another 1-2-3 inning. Here's the payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4, and a 2-out walk for Caden Shirley will give the Bucks a base runner, and that'll bring up Corbin Grantham, who struck out looking against Braden Halliday in his first time. First pitch to Grantham. Big swing and a miss there for strike 1. Got Gwynn holding over Shirley at first base as he takes his lead. The lefty Paris able to stare him down. And now here's the 0-1. Inside and low. Another swing and a miss for Grantham, and now that will have another 2-strike count. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs and a runner on here in the 4th.
Big pitch here from Paris. Had 2 quick outs before the walk to Shirley.
Looking for the put away. There it is. Strike 3 as Grantham goes down swinging. A 2-out walk issued to Shirley, but Paris comes right back with the punch out, so we're still at a 1-0 score as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Bottom of the fourth here. It will be Kreisen, Dingus, and Cruz. I believe we have a new pitcher on for Shelton State as well, as that first pitch from the lefty is outside. So the new hurler for the Bucks, Graham Duncan, the lefty sophomore from Vestavia Hills, Alabama. So Grant Hickham's day is done. That 2-0 is called a strike to Kreisen. That must have been Grant Hickman's first appearance of the season. This is only the fourth game for Shelton State of the year, so still trying to get their rotation stretched out.
Wow.
Wow, yeah, is right. A strike called on the outside part, to put it kindly. A very wide zone today, I think. Not very tall. And that one is laced right down the left field line, and that's going to be a leadoff single as Kreisen takes a very wide lead, or a very wide turn off of first base, but scampers back in.
Yeah, you love that for Kreisen, taking things into his own hands. A questionable strike two call, but is able to reach first safely either way.
Now it'll be Marco Dingus. Reach base on a fielder's choice. In the first, actually did end the inning.
Eagles get an early base runner again, but need to finally get one all the way around to score.
Kreisen with the short lead off at first. Shows bunt. Does Dingus, but pulls back. So the line final for Grant Hickman, 3 innings of work, no runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, and no strikeouts. And now in the fourth, they give way to the lefty Graham Duncan. The 1-1 staring Kreisen down, now pitches, and a cut and a miss for Marco Dingus, who is the DH today. Made a beautiful catch out and left on Friday to take a couple of runs off the board in the beginning of that one. Eagles have a pretty wide rotation in the outfield. A couple of guys they DH, Absher and Dingus, as that one is reached out and poked foul down the right side. This one to Dingus. Chopped foul. The 1-2 from Duncan. Takes a step back on a ball that levels the count now at 2-2. Tying run is on base for TCC here in the fourth in a 1-0 game. It was the third hit by pitch of Halliday's day that allowed Walt Bailey to score. That one chopped right on the ground and over the head of the third baseman, Chad Fenley, and rolls into left. So Eagles move station to station, first and second, with nobody out for Justin Cruz. That ball took a nasty hop over the top of Fenley. And you catch a pretty solid break there.
Yeah, Eagles yet to strike out on offense today. Just keep putting the ball in play. That one was a tough one for Finley, but he's already having a rough day at third.
Well, you know what's going to happen now that you said that, Brett, right? Cruz lays down a bunt right to the third baseman, Finley. He's going to go to first for the out, but the runners do move over. So it'll be second and third with only one out for Brett Gwynn. So a successful sacrifice there by Cruz. Gets a couple of runners in scoring position in the go-ahead run at second, and the tying run only 90 feet away. So decent fly into the outfield will tie this one up. Base hit would give TCC a 2-1 lead. The first pitch into Gwynn. The changeup, I think, taken high and outside. So Gwynn, the switch hitter, batted from the left side in his first at-bat. Lined it out to center, put a good charge on that baseball, and here he is for the first time this afternoon batting from the right side against the lefty Graham Duncan. The 1-0 delivery. That one gets away from the catcher. Mangione, the runner's going to come in to score, and we've got a tie game. A wild pitch from Duncan scores. Kreisen from third. And now in a 1-1 game, the Eagles have the go-ahead run now just 90 feet away.
Yeah, big mistake there, and no matter how you grade that, whether it's a wild pitch or a passed ball, that's something that Mangione's got to stop. It wasn't too far outside. You just got to knock that one down, especially with two men in scoring position.
The 2-0 to Gwynn, and that one is going to get down for a base hit. And now the Eagles have the lead. The RBI single for Brett Gwynn scores Cruz from third base, or Dinges from third base. And now it's a 2-1 game.
Yeah, 3 hits and 4 plate appearances already this inning. And Dave Mitchum, who's already got a double today, a chance to keep things going with a man on first and only one out.
So the move to the bullpen and the lefty Graham Duncan has not paid off very well for Shelton State. We mentioned probably a move they had to make as Hickman in his first appearance of the year. That one inside to Dave Mitchum. See some pitchers milling around in that Eagles bullpen. Otherwise, it would be Paris coming out for his third inning of work, because that one is slapped foul down the third base side. The 1-1 shows bunt. Blocked by Mangione. 2 balls, 1 strike into Mitchum. Gwynn widening his lead over at first. Now he's going to go as that one is popped in the air. Left fielder Parker comes in. Now the infielders move into it. And it is the shortstop Drake Logan making the catch along the left field line. So Gwynn heads back to first. He was running on the pitch. And now with 2 outs, the lineup turns back over to Jason Smekoski. Smekoski today 0 for 2 with a couple of ground balls. Gwynn kicking up some dirt there over off first base. That one inside and blocked by Mangione to start Smekoski off 1-0. So it looks like they may be thinking about sending Gwynn again with 2 outs. We'll see. Got the lefty on the mound, Graham Duncan staring him down before every pitch. Gwynn looks right into his eyes as he moves over. 2 balls, no strikes now to Smekoski. Called strike there. Now the 2-1 delivery. And that one is put into the air. Corbin Grantham out there in center to run it down, and he makes the easy catch for out number 3. But not before the Eagles take a 2-1 lead. 2 runs on 3 hits. In this inning, a wild pitch allows 1 to score, and an RBI single by Brett Gwynn scores another. So we're through 4. Eagles with a 2-1 lead. You're watching Eagles Baseball on TCCEagles.com. Top of the 5th here. Now the Eagles leading for the first time this afternoon. I pass it back over to my broadcast partner, Brett Rutherford.
It'll be Jalen Parker leading it off for Shelton State. Hunter Paris, the left-hander, still on the mound for TCC. First pitch to him is swung on and fouled back. Parker called out on strikes to lead off the 3rd. That was the last out recorded by the starter, Braden Halliday. This one called strike 2 at the top part of the strike zone. Oh, 0-2 pitch on the ground. Cruz fields it cleanly over to Gwynn for out number 1. Now Walt Bailey up as it's the top of the order for Shelton State. Bailey popped out to the first baseman to lead off the game and then was hit by pitch in the 3rd, came all the way around to score the lone run for Shelton State. Came in on that Miguel Denson single, which spelled the end of the afternoon for Halliday. Paris delivers in first pitch in there for a strike. This one, another one on the ground. Cruz over to Gwynn again for out number 2. 2 quick outs for Paris will bring up Drake Logan, who's reached base safely in each of his 2 plate appearances, singled in the first, walked in the third. Was the one left stranded on third when Paris entered the game. Actually wasn't stranded, he was picked off, rather, by that great play from Ethan Kreisen. Called strike 1. This one on the ground. Fernandez moving to his left to field it. Over to Gwynn, and there's a 1-2-3 inning for Hunter Paris. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. Eagles hold on to their 1-0 lead heading into the bottom half of the 5th on TCCEagles.com. It'll be Andrew Fernandez getting things started for TCC, facing the Shelton State left-hander. Breaking ball called for strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. Graham Duncan in for his 2nd inning of work. The sophomore out of Vestavia Hills, Alabama. Fernandez tried to check his swing, but went around a little too far, so quickly down 0-2. Tried to bunt his way on in the first and flew out to right in the third. 0-2 pitch. Swung on, nope, got a piece of it, so Fernandez will stay alive. Now a swing and a miss, strike 3. Andrew Fernandez retired for the first out of the inning. We'll bring up Josh Pagozzo, the Eagles center fielder, who singled and reached via the base on balls already in this game. On base percentage north of 500 for Pagozzo, and even though we're only 9 games in, just putting up some incredible numbers. Transferred to TCC from Marshall University, West Virginia. Takes the second pitch high, 2-0 the count. One of a few Eagles who Got some experience at the Division I level. And Pagozzo sends this one into left field. Left fielder moving back, and this one's going to fly over the wall. First home run of the season for Josh Pagozzo. Extends the Eagle lead. It's 3-1 now. And 2-0 pitch. Pagozzo was ready to turn on that one and did not miss it. He crosses home. And another extra base hit, the first of the home run variety for Pagozzo. And William, I just cannot stop talking about how big he's been this year for the Eagles.
He's had a great season, obviously, but a fantastic series as well. Had an RBI triple in Game 1, had the only extra base hit of the day for the Eagles in Game 2 yesterday, and here he is basically 3 for 3 as far as reaching safely in his first home run of the year.
Now this one sent foul. Already 2 for 2 on the day as Pagozzo has reached base all 3 times. This one, he has to duck out of the way, misses inside, ball 1. Fouls that one. And now they're letting Thomas walk this one off. He's in a little bit of pain here. It looks like he'll be all right. He'll step back in. Count is 1-2. That one also missing inside, so 2-2 the count. This one popped right up in the middle of the infield. Pitcher barely has to move off the mound to come off and make that catch. So we see a rare P1 there for out number 2. Greisen stepping in here. He is 1 for 1 on the day. Also reached when he was hit by a pitch in the first. And came around to score the first run of the game on a wild pitch back in the 4th. Now his team's got a 3-1 lead. He's up with nobody on and 2 out. Takes the first pitch for a ball. That one in for a strike. This one misses up for ball 2. Inside now, 3-1 the count to Greisen. This one shot high into the sky. First baseman Bailey trying to block the sun, and he does. So that will be out number 3, but the Eagles score 1 on the Josh Pagozzo home run. No errors and none left. We move into the 6th. The Eagles leading 3-1 on TCCEagles.com. As we move into the sixth, the Eagles leading 3-1. It'll be Miguel Denson leading off for Shelton State. William Haynes going to take over on play-by-play duties.
Appreciate it, Brett. The 3, 4, and 5 hitters upcoming for the Bucks. Denson, Mangione, and Broussard. Denson today 1 for 2 with an RBI single to get the scoring started in the third. That first pitch is low, so Hunter Parrish back out for his basically 4th inning of work here. Now the 1-0. That one got a strike called. Do see a couple of Eagle pitchers getting loose in that Eagle bullpen. We'll keep an eye on that. That 1-1 is taken high. Spotted Jack Thunberg throwing some warm-up tosses. He's been warming up last couple games. Hasn't come in recently, the 2-1. That one high as well. The 3-1 delivery. And that one is outside for ball 4. So Denson heads on down to first base. That vaunted leadoff walk that you always try and avoid. And now that'll leave it for the catcher, Garrett Mangione. Good news is you have a 2-run cushion now instead of just a 1-run advantage thanks to that solo shot in the bottom of the 5th by the great Josh Pagozzo.
I'm going to look through and see how many consecutive games he's recorded an extra base hit in, because it's just been an unreal start for him this season.
Big cut and a miss by Mangione to open up that at-bat. Double play positioning for the Eagle infield as they look to erase the leadoff walk. The 2-1. Big swing and a miss by Mangione there. Now 0-2.
So today marks the 7th straight game with an extra base hit for Josh Pagozzo.
The 0-2 from Paris. Way inside. Kreisen was set up basically in the left-handed batter's box, and it almost clipped the feet of Mangione. Denson with a pretty short lead off of first. The 1-2. And that one's put high up in the air. Left fielder Dave Mitchum is under it, and he'll make the easy catch for out number 1. Denson heads back to first, and that'll make way for Braden Broussard. Broussard today 0 for 1. Was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning. First pitch from Paris. And that one is going to go fair, bouncing off the bag of third base. Andrew Fernandez has a difficult time finding the handle on that one, and so that'll make it first and second with one out for Chad Fenley.
Yeah, I think the Eagles are fortunate that that one did clip off the third base bag. Could have rolled past for extra bases. Fernandez was able to knock it down, and the runners can't advance, so bit fortunate there for Hunter Parrish and the Eagles. Now you get that favorable lefty-lefty matchup. I don't see any movement in the Eagle bullpen, but they could already have someone warm. Not sure what the plan was, if there was a strict innings plan for Hunter Parrish. Has now gone all the way through the lineup and then some.
Tying run is at first for Shelton State with one out. Looks back at second. Denson's there. The first pitch is taken outside by Chad Finley. Actually, is Matthew Nichols pinch hitting for Chad Finley, so that explains. I was a little bit confused at the righty-lefty there, so they did pinch hit to get Matthew Nichols at the plate. He pinch hit on Friday as well. That 1-0 is chopped and going to go foul.
Yeah, I'm not sure of Matthew Nichols' history, but it's a little bit interesting to bring in a left-handed hitting pinch hitter to face a left-handed throwing Hunter Paris. But I'm not going to, put all the left-handed hitters in the same box saying that they can't hit left-handed pitching.
Nichols is listed as an infielder, so he could be a straight sub at Finley at third base. We'll see. Got a 1-1 count to Nichols here. Denson running at first. Broussard at first. The 1-1 outside.
That was called for a strike.
Yeah, I did see him raise the fist there. So 1-2. Here it is to Nichols. Popped high in the air. Shortstop Smakowski running over in foul territory to go get it. And a diving catch cannot be made.
Yeah.
He gets clipped by the cleat of
Mitchum. Who I'm almost wondering, why was he not the one making the play on that ball? Maybe he had a bad read on it off the bat, but it was going to be a tough play for Smakowski no matter what. Mitchum running over there, just not in time. Just hope that Smakowski's okay, because I believe he's played every inning of every game so far for the Eagles at shortstop. I don't know who they've got on the bench. Looks like he will be okay and remain in the game, but I don't know who you'd fill in with. You've got Justin Cruz, who I imagine could move over to shortstop if need be, and Andrew Fernandez as well. More of a second, third base profile, but
yeah, Mekhi Johnson could come in and play second, move Cruz over to short.
Looks like we won't have to worry about that for now as Smakowski stays in.
Another 1-2 coming into Nichols. Shakes off the sign, does Paris. Now finds one he likes. Now comes home. And a cut and a miss there for Nichols, and he's out on strikes. So Paris able to get the pitch that he wanted and puts down Nichols. And with 2 on and 2 out, it'll be Caden Shirley. Shirley today 0 for 1 with the walk. Shirley steps out. Now back in. First offering to him is swung on and missed for strike 1. That was strikeout number 3 for Hunter Paris, and an excellent relief outing for him as kind of the bulk guy, if you could say that at this point. That one put into play right to the shortstop, Smakowski. He's going to go to Cruz covering second base, and they get the out in time there to end the inning. So the Bucks get the tying run at first, but can't do anything with it. We head to the bottom of the 6th, Eagles with a 3-1 lead. New pitcher out for the Bucks. It'll be Javon Christian. Replaces Graham Duncan, who had given up all 3 of the runs that the Eagles have today. First pitch from him, fouled back quickly against the screen towards us, 0-1. Dingus, Cruz, Gwynn here in this inning. Strike 2. And that one put on the ground right to the third baseman, Chad Fenley. And his throw to first is good for out number 1. So, actually was the defensive substitution that we were talking about. Chad Fenley, who got pinch hit for in the 6th. Matthew Nichols took over straight at the third base bag for him. So a new hot corner out for the Bucks. Be Justin Cruz now 0 for 2. Had a sacrifice bunt in his last time. That strike called levels it at 1-1. Put in the air, run down by the right fielder Shirley, and that's going to fall in foul territory. Just right of the first base line. So that'll bring up a 1-2 here to Justin Cruz. The 1-2 from Christian. Low. Another pitch low, blocked by Mangione, and that now will bring the count full to the second baseman. The payoff pitch. And that one is going to be lined foul. So we'll do it again. Another 3-2 delivery. That one popped up in the air. Center fielder Grantham is right underneath it, and he'll make the grab for out number 2. So with nobody on and 2 away, that'll leave it for Brett Gwynn. Gwynn 1 for 2 with an RBI single in the 4th.
Yeah, big hit to give the Eagles their first lead. And Gwynn has seen his playing time increase as the season's gone on. Still very early into the non-conference schedule.
Sword-like swing there for strike 1. That one taken outside.
Gwynn, the only player on the roster to act as a two-way player, has 2 2/3 innings pitched. No earned runs, 4 strikeouts.
That 1-1 is put high in the blue skies. Corbin Grantham out there in center running around a little bit, but he'll make the catch there for out number 3. So Eagles go down in order here in the 6th. After 6 full, Eagles still with that 3-1 lead. Top of the 7th here with a 3-1 Eagles lead. I pass it back to Brett Rutherford.
Thank you, William. We've got a pinch hitter entering the game for Shelton State as freshman Reese Collins comes in, pinch hit for Corbin Grantham. TCC 9 outs away from their first series win over Shelton State since 2016. Shelton State going all the way to the national tournament in Grand Junction, Colorado last season. So a very successful program. But Eagles have a 3-1 lead in the rubber match of this series now in the top of the 7th. And Hunter Paris back on the mound, gets strike one called against the pinch hitting Collins. This one misses outside, so count at 1-1 now. And it looks like maybe another pinch hitter in the on-deck circle.
They're making us earn it today with all these subs.
Yeah. And Collins went around there, so that's strike two. Ball was high, but he went around.
So Cleveland went 3 1/3 out of the pen yesterday. Lang went 1 2/3. You got to imagine both of those would be out of play. So fantastic job by Hunter Paris, really, to get this game into the very late stages, as he's on here in the 7th. Imagine Thunberg is a candidate. We've seen him warming up. Grant Harrison as well.
And that, I was mistaken. That is Jalen Parker still in the on-deck circle for Shelton State. So no pinch hitter as of yet, but it's a 2-2 count to the current batter, and that's Reese Collins. Pitch from Paris, just off the plate, so the count now full. Make one more correction. That is a pitch hitter coming up next, and that will be after a strikeout of Reese Collins as he chases the high fastball for out number one. So it will be left-handed hitting Davis Allen entering the game. And once again, William, another left-handed hitter coming in to face the left-handed pitcher, Hunter Paris.
It is a little bit interesting. We had that conversation when they did it the last time. And here we go again, round 2.
First pitch swung on and missed.
And last time they did it, it was a strikeout for Matthew Nichols.
Fouled back, so Davis Allen, the pinch hitter, finds himself down 0-2. Paris now in his 4th inning of work. Did come in and get the last 2 outs in the 3rd. So it was actually pitched 4 full. This one misses outside, so 1-2. So technically in his 5th inning of work now. That one misses high, so 2-2 the count. And he's thrown more innings today than he has all season. He only has that one appearance against Dabac, where he threw 3 innings out of the pen. Another one misses outside, so the count goes full again. This one fouled away. Gonna check swing, but Allen able to get a piece of it to foul it. So he stays alive. Count stays full. We've got 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Eagles with a 3-1 lead. They scored their first run of the game in the 4th inning on a wild pitch, and then Brett Gwynn singled in the go-ahead run. Josh Pagozzo added another with a solo home run in the 5th. This one comes inside, and I don't know if that got Davis Allen or not, but he reaches first, and I think that will be a walk. Is that a hit by pitch or a walk?
Hit by pitch.
Hit by pitch. So pretty clear that everyone else in the press box has good eyesight. So I missed that one. But it will be top of the order. Walt Bailey up for his 4th plate appearance. He represents the tying run. Coach Mack will head out to the pitcher's mound, and looks like this will be it for Paris. There will be a pitching change, so we'll step aside here on TCCEagles.com. Eagles lead 3-1. So it'll be Grant Harrison on the mound now for TCC. They're holding on to a 3-1 lead. Hunter Paris with 4 innings in relief. No earned runs for the lefty. Harrison, first pitch to Bailey. Called strike one on the inside part of the plate. There's that wide zone we mentioned earlier.
Harrison this year, 4 2/3 of work. Only allowed 1 hit, 8 strikeouts. Straight zeros on the ERA.
He looks the runner and goes home. This one through the left side of the infield for a base hit. So Shelton State in business now with 2 men on and just 1 away. It's going to bring up Drake Logan, who is 1 for 2, also reached via the walk. Eagles have turned a couple of double plays today, or at least just the one, actually.
In the first inning.
Fouled out of play. And William Hunter Paris, to give you that amount of length out of the bullpen after Halliday had an okay, not great start, but did get you out of that jam. This one cut on and missed, strike 2, but you've got to be really impressed with what Paris was able to bring today.
Absolutely. Had 3 innings scoreless his first appearance, now 4 innings scoreless, hopefully in his second outing. So a guy that, as we said, as your starters, especially, are getting stretched out, they can give you some really good quality, solid middle, long relief.
Yeah, and role's not entirely defined yet at this point in the season. You know, you're going to get Matt Cooper and Ethan Firerod, probably going to get a lot of Friday and Saturday starts for this team. This one fouled back, so the count stays at 0-2. But, you know, you've got some midweek starts and some Sunday games that you need to fill in for. And I think Hunter Paris, unless they really like him out of the bullpen, and that's where he's been effective through 2 outings this season.
Yeah, it's true. Maybe he trades places with Braden Halliday and gets into the starting rotation.
Might get an opportunity to start some games here as we move through the season. 0-2 from Harrison is a breaking ball. Misses low and away. So 1-2 the count now to Logan. Shelton State, runners on first and second with 1 out here. Looks back Allen on second base, now goes home. This one misses high, so 2-2 the count. Another foul ball sent out of play.
Real strong fastball there for Grant Harrison. Just got a piece of it. Was Drake Logan.
Harrison comes set. 2-2 pitch on its way. Misses high. Count now full. And what you don't want to do is walk Logan to load the bases. You've got Miguel Denson, the designated hitter, who's already reached base safely twice in this game, including the RBI single back in the third to give Shelton State the lead. He's waiting in the on-deck circle. But first, we'll see how the at-bat against Drake Logan finishes. Harrison set. Pitch. Grounder. Fernandez steps on third. Does he have enough in him to get the throw across the diamond? He is out at first. A 5-3 double play as Andrew Fernandez rears back and gets Logan out at first base. So Grant Harrison comes in and gets the Eagles out of the jam. No runs on one hit, no errors, and just one left. We head to the bottom of the seventh. Eagles lead 3-1 on TCCEagles.com.
Mitchum.
It'll be Dave Mitchum leading things off here in the bottom of the seventh. New pitcher in for Shelton State as Daniel Swiatek enters the game, facing the number 9 hitter before the lineup turns back over. It would be Jason Smikowski on deck, and that one called for a strike. Breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and Andrew Fernandez with a huge throw over to first to finish the 5-3 double play. This one misses low and away. And William, I think that was a bang-bang call over at the first base bag that really could have gone either way.
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit of the home field advantage there in that call. It could really, as you said, could have gone either way. Glad it went the way that it did, because that inning had trouble written all over it, and a good job by Grant Harrison as well to get out of that jam.
2-1 the count now. And Mitchum takes ball 3 high. Eagles still holding on to that 2-run lead with 6 outs to get, but they'd love some insurance here. And Dave Mitchum will head to first base with a leadoff walk. That'll bring up shortstop Jason Smikowski. You've got Smikowski, Fernandez, and Josh Pagozo due up here. And barring any double plays, they'll all get a chance for the Eagles. Barring any double plays or outs on the base paths, I should say. Swiatek checks on Mitchum at first and drops a breaking ball in for a strike. Count now 1-1 to Smekowski. Throw over to first to try to get Mitchum, but nothing doing. Smekowski shows bunt, fouls that one back. This one in the dirt. Mitchum gets over to second base safely. So he'll advance on that wild pitch. Catcher Mangione will go out and talk to his pitcher, Switek. Count now 2-2 to Smekowski. The Eagles have another runner in scoring position. Smekowski fouls that one away, so the count stays at 2-2. It's Andrew Fernandez waiting in the on-deck circle. He's 0 for 3, but could come up with a big opportunity, depending on what happens here in this at-bat. Pitch from Switek, breaking ball, fouled off again by Smekowski, so count stays 2-2. And we go again. Switek comes set. Here's the pitch. In the dirt now, so now the count comes in at 2-2. Wind blowing pretty hard here at Eagle Field. This one popped up over by the Shelton State dugout. That's actually going to get well out of play. So Smekowski putting up quite a fight here with nobody out in the inning. Also 0 for 3. Last at bat flew out to center. Made good contact with it, but went right into the glove of, at the time, the center fielder Grantham. He was replaced by Collins last inning. Another 2-2 on its way. This one through the left side of the infield. That's a base hit. Dave Mitchum rounds third. He stumbles, though, so he's going to have to hold up. Can he get back to third in time? He is safe. And just lost his footing rounding the bag. Make sure he's all right. Looks like he is. Just a little frustrated with himself, but Looked like it would have been another run, but Smikowski reaches with the single, and Fernandez will come up with runners on the corners and nobody out. First pitch to Fernandez, misses low for a ball. Misses again, so the count moves to 2-0, and I think you got to start looking ahead now to the man on deck, Josh Pagozzo, who's already 2 for 2, single and a home run, also drew a walk in the game. Not the man you want to come up with runners in scoring position. Strike into Fernandez, so 2-1 the count. This one, shot in the left center field. Allen over to get it. He does. Mitchum heads home. So there is that insurance run as the Eagles extend their lead to 4-1 on a sac fly from Andrew Fernandez. So Pagozzo will come up to the plate with a man on as Jason Smikowski is at first base. Swiatek set. Pitch to Pagozzo. Called. Strike one. This one in the dirt. This one just off the plate, so 2-1 the count now. In for a strike, so that evens the count at 2-2. In the dirt, count goes full. Runner's moving. That'll miss. Ball 4. So Pagozzo draws his second walk of the game. The Eagles will have 2 men on for right fielder Ziggy Thomas.
Thomas with 5 runs batted in on the year. 233 average. Looking to get things back up. The lone true lefty in this lineup day in and day out for TCC.
Takes first pitch inside for a ball.
No extra base hits yet for Ziggy. They're all 7 hits are singles.
This one misses again, so 2-0 the count to Thomas. And a big looping breaking ball. Thomas is way out ahead of that one, so 2-1 the count. Mangione will go out and talk to Swiatek here.
Two balls, one strike. The count to Ziggy Thomas. Swiatek looks in to get the sign, checks back over at second base. Now the pitch. Outside. A walk here would load the bases. Ethan Kreisen set to come to the plate next. The 3-1. Big swing and a miss there, and the count now will go full.
Another big opportunity here for the Eagles to add another run. Now finally some more movement in that Shelton State bullpen. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He actually got a piece of it, but right into the glove of Mangione. So that'll be a strikeout for Daniel Swiatek. He'll be out number 2 in the inning. The threat remains now, though, as Ethan Kreisen steps up to the plate. He singled and scored a run in the 4th. Ethan Kreisen with a chance to give his battery mate some more of a cushion here. I see Grant Harrison, as this inning drags along, just getting some throws in over in the Eagle bullpen. So just trying to stay loose, stay warm. I imagine he'll be back out there to start the 8th. Pitch to Kreisen, breaking ball, called for a strike. This one in the dirt for a ball. Swiatek set. Just off the plate, so 2-1 now. This one hit grounder to the shortstop. He'll take it himself. Step on the second base bag. Eagles add one on one hit. No errors, 2 left. We head to the 8th inning. TCC 4, Shelton State 1 here on TCCEagles.com and YouTube. Grant Harrison back on the mound in the 8th for the Eagles. And I'll throw it back over to William Haynes, taking over play-by-play.
Thank you, Brett. Hopefully the last inning for me here in the 8th. Harrison back out to face Denson, Mangione, and Broussard. Denson today 1 for 2 with a walk. Harrison from the first base side of the rubber comes home, and that ball is put on the ground right to the shortstop, Smekoski. His throw to first is good to Gwynn for out number 1. So quick out there. And so that will bring up, with 1 out and the bases clear, Garrett Mangione today 0 for 3. Tough day for him, 0 for 3 at the plate, and I think 2 or 3 wild pitches that got away from him. Had a double on Friday. First pitch to him.
Not sure where that one missed.
Yeah, I guess maybe a little bit off the plate.
Talked about a wide zone. I've seen pitchers that looked further outside than that one called for a strike today.
That one put in the air. Pagozzo running it down at Ox should be Ziggy Thomas and right to make the grab. So quick out number 2 now. So I don't know exactly what will be in the cards for Grant Harrison, but if he has a really quick inning here, potentially bring him back out for the 9th. We saw Jack Thunberg warming up in the pen earlier. I imagine he would be the other guy if they were to do that. But got to get Braden Broussard out first. 1 for 2 with a single and a hit by pitch. First one to him. A little bit low. And to try and add on perhaps a little more insurance, it'll be Dingus, Cruz, Gwynn, bottom of the order, in the bottom frame of this 8th. The 1-0 to Broussard. That one fouled back out of play. The 1-1. Off the plate, a little bit low. Cut and a miss there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count. That one put high in the air. Pagoza running it down. He's going to stop out in front of the warning track and make the grab. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for Grant Harrison keeps this game a 4-1 lead. 3 outs left to get. We head to the bottom of the 8th. You're watching Eagles baseball on TCCEagles.com. Bottom 8 here at Eagle Field. TCC with a 3-run lead. It will be Dingus, Cruz, and Gwynn. Dingus today 1 for 3. Got a couple of doubles on the year. That's it for the extra base category on him. A terrific left fielder as well. We've seen him make some spectacular catches as that one's fouled out of play. We've seen him make some spectacular throwouts from left. And will likely play in the field the next time Caleb Absher is in the lineup. That one taken low and inside, so the count levels even at 1-1. Swiatek is back out. That one gets away for Mangione. We're about 2.5 hours away from the start of Super Bowl 56. Bengals and Rams. I imagine many of you will be watching that one.
Almost forgot. Who you like in that game, William?
I've been asked plenty of times. I'm saying chalk because that one's put on the ground to the second baseman. Broussard gets up and throws to first in time to retire Dingus. So 4-3 on the put away there, and that'll bring up Justin Cruz today. 0 for 3 with a sac bunt.
Yeah, I'm thinking the Rams probably win too, but I said that literally every game the Bengals have played, I've picked against them in this postseason.
And that's the problem. People keep betting against Joey B, and they keep making them pay for it.
So I'm sticking with the Rams, but Joe Shiesty, have you not just fallen in love with his performances?
I think all of America really has done that. Perhaps it's a bit cliche, but the game is won and lost in the trenches, and I think that's the most glaring defect that the Bengals have on their roster is that offensive line. And the Rams with one of the best run defenses in the NFL and also have a terrific pass rush. You know the names: Von Miller, Aaron Donald. The 0-2. I'm going to say strike 3 to Cruz as the Bucs throw the ball around the infield. And with 2 away, that'll leave it for Brett Gwynn. Gwynn today an RBI single. Talked plenty about him and how he's come on as of late at that first base position. First pitch to him. It's called for strike 1. Swiatek comes in. That one chopped along the ground. Just foul of the first base bag. Don't see any action in that Eagles bullpen. So will most likely be Grant Harrison in to finish things off. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3 for Brett Gwynn there. So Swiatek a quick 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 8th to keep the score where it is. Eagles with 3 outs left to get. Lead 4-1. Top of the 9th here at Eagle Field, and hopefully to call us a winner, here's Brett Rutherford.
It's Grant Harrison back on the mound with 3 outs to get and a 3-run lead to work with. It's Matthew Nichols leading it off for Shelton State. He shows bunt, pulls back, and they're going to say that's a hit by pitch. Nope.
If you show bunt, I think, and you get hit, it's a strike, right?
Yeah, well, unless he pulled back in time. It'll be ball 1.
Wow.
I heard to take your base, but I think that came from the peanut gallery, not from the home plate umpire. So maybe some wishful thinking from the traveling Shelton State fans, of which there are quite a few. So that one misses again. So 2-0 the count now.
If that's not the call of the game, I don't know what is, Brett.
So Harrison down 2-0 to Nichols. Now finds the zone for strike 1. This one on the ground. Cruz at second. He has trouble with it, and Nichols will reach base safely on an E4. First error of the game charged to TCC. And it'll be Caden Shirley coming up now with a runner on and nobody out. That tying run now sitting in the on-deck circle.
Leadoff base runner free of charge. You don't like to see that.
We see David Strager now getting loose over in the Eagle bullpen.
He got the final out of yesterday's game. Just came on to face that one batter.
Harrison delivers. That one called strike one. That might be.
And he started against Central Florida earlier this week. Went 4 innings, so maybe moving his role around a little bit.
Harrison set, looks the runner back at first. Comes home. Outside in low, 1-1. This one foul to the left side, so 1-2. Harrison a chance to put him away here. And what a big out that would be. This is high here, so count even now at 2. Shirley 0 for 2 on the day. Did reach via the walk in the 4th, but was struck out by Braden Halliday back in his first trip. And there was a fielder's choice to end the 6th. Here is the 2-2 pitch to Shirley. Chopped foul. Pitch high and tight. So count goes full and gets a little more interesting here.
And not in a good way.
Count is full. Matthew Nichols stands on first. The 3-2 pitch from Harrison. Right to center fielder Josh Pagozzo for out number 1. So just 2 outs to get here in the 9th. Harrison looks over to the Eagle dugout and nods his head. Looks like he's vying to stay in this one and try to finish the job. Eagles head coach Mike McLeod stays seated in the dugout. And they're going to let Harrison face the next batter, and that's Reese Collins, who entered the game as a pinch hitter in the 7th and struck out swinging. Faced Hunter Paris in that at-bat, now facing Grant Harrison, and swings at the first pitch, sending it well out of play. Strike 1. Nichols with a pretty conservative lead at first. Shelton State needs 3 runs here, so don't want to get caught out on the base pass, and that one is cut and missed. 0-2 the count now to Collins. Left-handed hitter Davis Allen in the on-deck circle, another pinch hitter that came in the 7th inning, replacing Jalen Parker. Barring a double play, he'll get another shot here in the 9th. Harrison pitches, that one misses high. Kreisen thought about slinging it down there to Brett Gwynn at first base to see if they could get Nichols, but held on to it. Harrison set again. 1-2 the count. And here's the pitch. This one misses inside. Count even now at 2.
I think you saw Reese Collins try and call time before that pitch came in. Umpire didn't grant it.
This one set into left field for a base hit. So Shelton State have 2 men on, just 1 out. And Davis Allen at the plate. Strager still warming up behind the Eagle dugout. And Harrison will face the left-handed hitting Allen. Eagles trying to move to 7-3 on the season and take a 2-1 series win over Shelton State. Fouled out of play for strike 1. Shelton State won game 2 of the series yesterday by a score of 4-2. Attempting to mount a comeback here in the 9th inning. They took a 1-0 lead back in the 3rd. Eagles put up 2 in the 4th and added their 3rd run on a solo home run from Josh Pagozzo in the 5th. 0-1 pitch to Allen. Called, strike 2. Big pitch coming up here for Harrison. Harrison set, looks the runner at second. Now the pitch. Allen stays alive by fouling that one away. Oh, 2. Called, strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. Eagles are just 1 out away here in the 9th. Harrison pumped that fastball in. Allen could do nothing but watch it go by. That will bring up Walt Bailey, however, the leadoff hitter in this Shelton State lineup, representing the tying run. Hunter Paris in line for the win with his 4 innings in relief. First pitch misses inside, so 1-0 the count to Bailey. 1-0 pitch. Knocked down by Kreisen, but does miss for ball 2. Bailey singled back in the 7th. Has also scored the lone run for Shelton State after he was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. In for a strike. The 2-1 pitch. Fouled for strike 2. So 2-2 the count. 2 men on and 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. As Shelton State is down to their last strike. Harrison comes set. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled high, back and out of play. So Bailey stays alive. Walt Bailey trying to keep this game alive here. Fouled a couple off. Still 2-2. This is high for ball 3. Count goes full. William, full count now. You think Harrison sticks with the fastball, or does he try to catch Bailey off balance and mix in a breaking ball here?
Well, runners are going to be going, you'd imagine.
Yep.
So maybe give him the fastball here.
Yep, runners moving on the pitch. Bailey still representing the tying run. Harrison moves towards second, doesn't throw. Thought maybe he could get Nichols leaning, because both runners will be moving once he commits to home. I like the attempt there. Harrison set. And a pitch. Just got a piece of that one. Eagles have lost 3 out of their last 4, looking to get back in the right direction with a win here. They've got a 3-run lead still, but the tying run at the plate in the form of Walt Bailey. Shelton State still down to their last strike, though, as the count is full with 2 outs. Another payoff pitch from Harrison. Pops straight up in the air in the infield. Brett Gwynn moving in to get this one, and can't get it as it goes foul. And Gwynn, almost with that lanky stature, was close to having one leg in fair territory, which would have meant that was a live ball. But it does go foul. That was a chance there, though. It hit his glove. A chance to end that game. That's going to be, what could potentially be a costly error there for Brett Gwynn.
Second error of the day defensively for TCC.
Been both coming in the 9th inning. You saw Nichols, who's standing at second now, he reached on a Justin Cruz error. Harrison goes again, trying to retire Walt Bailey and close out this game. Here's the pitch. Misses high, ball 4. Bases are loaded. So Drake Logan is at the plate, and he is now the go-ahead run. And a ball put into the gap could tie the game. Logan 1 for 3 and a walk to his tally. Hitting second for Shelton State and manning the shortstop position now with a chance to keep this game alive. Harrison, 2 outs now. First pitch to Logan. Called, strike 1. These teams playing annually. Shelton State has had the better of the Eagles for the last few years. Harrison. Strike 2 as Logan couldn't get around on that fastball. And once again, Shelton State finds themselves down to their last strike. 0-2 the count, 2 outs. Bases are full. Crowd getting into it now here. You can cut the tension with a knife. Harrison comes set. And the pitch. Misses high. Eagle dugout upset with that call. The 1-2 pitch. This is outside, 2-2. William, are you shocked that Harrison hasn't had a mound visit, or there's been nothing to kind of get him back on track here?
I'd have to say yes. When Coach Matt came out to talk to him, I thought that was kind of the last gasp. You know, if you get one more base runner or something on, we're bringing in Thunberg or whoever. But I still don't see anyone warming up in that left field bullpen.
To be fair to Harrison, he's already had one runner reach on error and then a chance to end the game. Botched by first baseman Brett Gwynn, but he goes again. The 2-2 pitch. Called, strike 3. Eagles win this one by a score of 4-1. Grant Harrison shuts the door after Shelton State loads the bases in the top of the 9th. But Eagles take this series 2-1, move to 7-3 on the season. And William, the Bucks made it interesting in the 9th, but ultimately Harrison closed the door.
Absolutely. They made things interesting. It was 2 2/3 from Harrison getting the save to close things out. Got a little bit nervous there at the end. But I think ultimately this is the kind of baseball that the Eagles want to play. They had a beautiful job by Hunter Paris in middle relief, 4 innings scoreless. And then, as I said, Grant Harrison with the 8-out save. They played small ball, get runners on, move them over with the bunt, drive them in, take advantage of defensive mistakes on the other side, scoring on a wild pitch and things of that sort. So really a great win all around, and as you said, the first series victory against this particular squad since 2016.
Hunter Paris gets the win on 4 innings pitched and no earned runs. Grant Harrison comes in and gets the save. Josh Pagozzo goes 2 for 2 with 2 walks, a single, and a home run. And if I've got to pick 2 players of the game right there, I'm looking at Paris and Pagozzo.
Absolutely, and Pagozzo, you know, there was a lot of talk about him going into this game, and he just keeps raising that bar higher and higher every game. His first home run of the year and reaches base all 4 times he comes to the plate.
Well, that's going to do it for our coverage here. Eagles move to 7-3. They'll be back at home this Wednesday taking on Santa Fe. They won that game 12-10 when it was played over in Gainesville. Santa Fe comes to town for a rematch. It's been a really fun weekend of TCC athletics. Baseball with a win on Friday and Sunday. Men's basketball with a huge win at home last night. So for William Haynes, I'm Brett Rutherford. This was TCC Baseball on TCCEagles.com.